there's not really a sense of duality. Language to explain the practice seems to create a duality. But we investigate that supposed duality in Vipassana practice. So in Vipassana practice we go, is that observer the same or different than what we're observing? That's a very interesting question for Vipassana, and that's one of the Vipassana practices actually. Here, we're not interested in knowing is the observer the same or different than the awareness that is observed. That's a role, that's something for Vipassana practice. These qualities, of course, come together, but sometimes clarity just means that our mind is more vivid and clear. So, and that can happen whether our mind is in a non-conceptual state or conceptual state, meaning we can have a very clear mind observing the sensations of the breath or a thought, whereas non-conceptuality is occurring in this practice when there's stillness.
Can you please explain again what not to do? Because when you said it...
Everything, don't do anything.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago I had the feeling that I understand. After all these answers you gave to 20 minutes, now I'm sure I didn't understand anything.
Yeah, and that's actually the difficulty in describing this practice, because any description is often sort of doing sort of. So it's actually very difficult to lead this meditation, because whatever word you use, it kicks us into doing mode. We're doing something. So we have to use words that are more passive words, like instead of, I mean, sometimes we talk about be aware of being aware.
That's easy.
But I find that also a bit awkward, because then it puts people into this sort of doing mode. So better is say things like rest, be. There's no object there. So they're better words to use to not put us into a doing mode. But it's difficult to guide it well. How to deal with impatience.
Yeah. We've been practicing all day, and now you said we're going to meditate again. I was like, I want to take a run or something. Like, I can't be still anymore.
And that is a good thing, because then we can observe how agitated our mind is. So actually, this is good that we notice this. Yeah. Because it's creating suffering for us. So here we're having techniques to help us to deal with these things. So therefore we think, wow, I've got an opportunity here to help me to overcome this impatience. Of course, the practice we just did is you observe it. And other practices have other ways of working with that. But I think here what we're doing, of course, is we're just learning the practices here. That's all. We're not sort of hoping to get some sort of profound experience out of them. And also, then we are to have a long-term perspective, because our mind is always wanting something right now. Give me something now. And that just creates a lot of suffering for us, that sort of state of mind. So we just sort of let it go. But now what we can do in this meditation, of course, we don't have to do anything, so it's great. Then no need to be patient, because we don't have to do anything. Fantastic. So let's not do anything for 20 minutes. The only trick, of course, is to know that you're not doing anything. It's very easy to not do anything when we're asleep. So all we have to do is know that we're not doing anything. Sure.
Which means any thoughts happening in mind, don't do anything, just to leave it there.
Just leave it, let it be. Don't focus on it. Don't try and get rid of it. Just let it be there. Don't pay any attention to it. It can be there. It doesn't matter. settling the body into a state of relaxation, stillness, and vigilance. Bringing the mind into the present moment. Focusing on the sensations of the breath throughout the body. With your eyes at least partially open, resting your gaze in the space in front of you. Simply release all appearances and allow the mind to come to rest. Not doing anything at all. Simply being present. Resting in the stillness of awareness. All sorts of thoughts and appearances will continue to arise. Now pay no attention to them. Just let them be. And just rest in awareness itself. If you find yourself caught up in any agitation, tension, or distraction, then simply release awareness into space, releasing all appearances, relaxing completely. If you're finding that you're just sliding into dullness or being spaced out, then arouse and refresh your focus, sharpen your focus, knowing that you're aware. So let's break for dinner and we'll come back at 7:30.